guys, Cheap here with more Corrosion, Cold Winter waiting. We've got more reading to do. Also, I took a glimpse a little bit ahead of the thing, and I might have messed up the book's things permanently, so hopefully not, because I don't want to redo everything I've done. Alright. I fear my worst nightmares have been confirmed. George has finally confided in me several things, which can only be described as awful. I've tried speaking with him every day for the past 3 weeks, to no avail. Yesterday, I found him standing by the nurse's station, watching me with a look on his face, the same as that of a deer caught in the headlights of an automobile. He motioned me to follow him to his cell, which is not something I would have normally considered under our working circumstances, but I felt compelled, and even though I am acutely aware of his past transgressions, I felt I could trust him. It was a most strange experience I have to say. George has never been one for speaking directly, so it was with some difficulty that he managed to tell me of the bathroom and the pain he felt in there at the hands of Dr. Newman and the others. My heart was immediately broken for this poor young man. When I pressed him further on the issue, he burst into tears and hugged me tightly. Not a thing to say I sobbed myself. Something is terribly wrong here at Parkview, and has been for... I just realized I wasn't, clicked in the thing, so you guys didn't get to hear background music to that. Sorry. On time. Darkness creeps about the corridors, soaking up the positive energy and replacing it with what I can only describe as a feeling of hopelessness and despair. Hopelessness and despair. Jeez. Words are just slurring now. I'm not sure I can continue working here for much longer. Fear for young George's safety, though, if I leave. Can I speak to someone about this? I'm not sure it would be prudent to raise questions regarding Dr. Newman, respected senior physician, or cast doubts over his working practices. I'm not sure anybody would take the word of a nurse seriously. I shall have to wait and see if things get worse. If they do, then I feel I must take some kind of action if I am to live with myself. I am sitting here in floods of tears. My worst fears have been confirmed. Parkview is a terrible place, completely at odds with my own ideologies. It is the very opposite of what I had thought when it first arrived, and no better than any other institution engaged in the housing and treatment of the mentally ill. After speaking with George last week, I felt I had to get to the bottom of what he had told me. I approached Miss Connor, the head nurse, regarding the matter, only to be met with a stern chastisement over my apparent interest in matters that did not concern me. On voicing my opinion that patients under my care were very much my concern, Miss Connor proceeded to give me a verbal warning, which I still do not fully understand. I felt I had no choice but to do as Margaret had done, so it was with some trepidation that I managed to sneak into the treatment rooms. What I found there was something I can barely bring myself to think about, let alone write about. Terrible, painful procedures conducted in the name of so-called research. I was shocked beyond words that Dr. Newman could have been involved in anything so awful. How any sane person can carry out such things is beyond me. I've already packed up my things and am writing this as I wait for Miss Connor to return, and I shall inform her of my immediate resignation and plans to leave. I am mindful that she will tell me that I cannot leave without working some period of notice, but I am unprepared to do so, and shall tell her that this is under no uncertain terms. Though I should keep the plans I have to inform a higher authority about the working practices of Dr. Newman and Parkview to myself, in light of what has been said regarding Margaret. There's no doubt in my mind that I am in very real danger. I must remain calm and collected if I am to get out of this. Something has just happened. I locked myself in the office. There were shouts and cries and lots of noise. I can't see anything through the door window. I see Brian. He's running. Someone is running after him. I can't tell who it is. Looks like nobody I know. Is it someone or something? What's going on? It struck Brian. There's blood everywhere. 2 other inmates are there. Whoever it is attacking them. My dear Lord, it is carnage. They all look dead. I must record this, for I have never seen anything like this. It is seeing me now. It approaches. I have retreated to the back of the room. My heart pounds. I've never been so scared. Okay, there's a monster. There's a very real monster. That's not like going. Alrighty. Well, this looks complicated. Start with the center section of the center column and click the books in the order shown on the diagram. Notice that each book pushed back a bit. Okay, but multiples of these are labeled 1. Alright, give me... That's not what I want at all. Let me... save. I'm now sincerely wishing I saved more often. Column, row, book? Okay, so column 2, row 2, book 12. 6. Alright. 1. Row 2, book 3. 2. Wait, no, column 2. Oh no, did I just hit the wrong book? Right, so column 1, row 2. This might also be the wrong book. Okay. Jeez. So these are columns, those are rows. So column 2, row 2. Okay, so that's still the right one. Column 1, row 2, book 3. Column 2, row 3, book 2. See, I don't understand how you're supposed to figure out from that diagram we saw, like, which specific book, aside from guessing. Alright, column 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Book 8. Column 3, row 1, book 10. Ten. 1, 1, 4. Column 3, row 2, book 4. 2, 1, 3. 1, 3, 10. Alrighty. I revealed the safe, and we have the numbers for the safe. Start with the one on that left wall. Okay, so... Really? You're kidding me, right? Okay. We're gonna be here a while. So kind of bummer thing with work. Because I'm part-time, I don't get a lot of days. It's like, our work week starts on Sundays. And I worked a Sunday. And then I didn't work for the rest of that week. This noise is going to drive me insane. And then... By the way, if I have to do like a full loop, I'm gonna be mad. Alright, 72. Right to 90. Oh no, it's so far. I wish I could spin this instead of clicking. This is so frustrating. Anyways, so like, it was a Sunday. I didn't work for the rest of that week. And this week I don't work. And then next week I work at the end of the week. So it feels like I had like 3 weeks without working when really it was just 2 weeks. Or 1 week, and then I worked parts of the other 2 weeks, but it was like at the opposite ends. Almost there. Oh, 23. Come on. Thank you. I am now Assistant Chief. We have another book. End my life. It's too many books. Dr. Elijah Newman. So many pages. No! Oh. So that's what we saw before. Alright, let's... Ah, it's so many pages. No. Alright, this will probably be our last episode today. I'll just read until we're done with this. I shall keep this journal to record my personal thoughts and feelings as things progress. I feel I must praise the new facility I have been given, which is splendid, and the quality of the specimens better than I could have hoped for. The level of insanity on display is quite refreshing. I am more than confident that I will find conclusive results here. The work I am doing here will be my legacy. The music needs to calm down. It's really loud in my ears. Not like super duper loud, it's not killing me, but like, it's just, I'm really worried I'm not talking over it, but I know I had the volume down. Anyways, my gift to the world. Something to remember me by. All of the greats have their legacies, and I don't want to be considered just another doctor or scientist. I want to be considered a great doctor or scientist. One who turned the world of science on its head. When people think of insanity, I want to think of Dr. Elijah Newman. Oh, we're thinking of you. The esteemed Dr. Elijah Newman. Respected, the revered, the celebrated. That is what I find myself dreaming of at night. Alright, so he wants to be thought as highly of as he thinks of himself. We've begun the preliminary work, which basically involves talking to the specimens, laying down some kind of basis for our future work. I've allowed the nursing staff to sit in on these meetings as a way to make them feel involved. They will be of vital importance as things progress, and I want to keep them on side. On side? Of course, I can't have them involved after this stage, as they simply will not have the stomach for it. Nor would they understand. Their lives are based on simple morals, black and white, with no shades of gray. It's frustrating, really, that I am to be surrounded by such obtuse views. But it is the way of things, I suppose. Few would understand what I am doing here. They cannot grasp the vastness of... Oh, few would understand. They cannot grasp the vastness of the work, the brilliance of it, what it means to future generations. Nor can they grasp that in order to make omelets, one must bake eggs. I will not allow anything or anyone to stand in my way on this. Hopefully it won't come to that, but if it does, I am more than prepared to take whatever action is necessary to protect the integrity of the project. Today I undertook the first of the experiments. I just can't read anymore. I'm bad at cursive to begin with. It was difficult work and not really very conclusive, which wasn't surprising really, since it was more of a test run than anything else. Does anybody know what font this is? Because it's actually like really, like it's kind of cursive, but it's not cursive. Like I would totally use this if I was like typing something up. Like for me personally, not like an official thing. There's a lot of very important work to come, and it simply wouldn't do to go in half-cocked, as they say. Reading is exhausting, guys. We must be prepared and we must know where we stand. Today, I set the bar for what needs to be done. It was a fairly routine operation, although the specimen did put up quite a struggle as we accessed the brain through the top of the skull. Wow. So the results somewhat out of balance, as I had really hoped to do this test in more of a calm manner to gauge the activity of the brain without external pressure. I shall have to ask Dr. Thomas to inform some sort of muscle relaxant for next time, as the arm flailing was quite off-putting, I have to say. How dare you flail while I drill into your skull. Specimen number 3 has become unusable, which is a shame. I'd already acquired some quite remarkable results from it. The brain stem is a wonderful thing, obviously not able to withstand too much electrical current, but I mustn't let that put me off trying further theories in this area. If you're one of the nurses may have overheard something today. I believe the young lady's name to be Margaret. Chubby little thing, and quite short too. Not married as I understand it. I must confer with Adams about this. If she has indeed become privy to any information above her station, she will need to be removed. It's not something I want to do, but I cannot have my work compromised by these people. I wish they weren't here, to be honest. They have become a nuisance. They are nothing more than window dressing. One could consider them a liability, really. I shall have words with Mr. Fitzpatrick? I think that's Fitzpatrick. About them. He knows the value of the project better than anyone. He should understand my concerns. My fears were confirmed yesterday. The nurse oh, this is a new page. Alright. My fears were confirmed yesterday. The nurse called Margaret did indeed stumble upon something above her pay grade. She was removed this morning for the benefit of the project. It was our good fortune that she was not of the marrying type and had no dependents. Her removal will not generate many questions. Good news on the... They totally killed Margaret. Good news on the second round of experiments. I have pinpointed a possible emotional hotspot within the brain and may give rise to a change in hormone levels, which could in turn lead to various pre-insanity stages, as I call them. Spinal fluid was also taken from specimen number 4 to... Dude, getting spinal fluid taken is super painful. I was intrigued by the passing of information from the brain to the limbs under times of stress. I feel there may be something worth looking at there. It was at least intriguing to note specimen 4's heart rate differentials as the spinal column was drained. That was interesting. Things are going from bad to worse. We're tired now of these results and these specimens. How am I supposed to work when they keep crying out in pain at every little poke and prod? You're torturing them, jerk. Pointless creatures, they are not even good enough to aid me in my experiment. What good are they at all? None. I've asked Dr. Thomas repeatedly to take care of the issue, but he says we should keep them conscious throughout each procedure for the best results. I know he is right, of course, but that doesn't make things easier. It makes things infinitely more difficult. I'm beginning to lose faith in my own theories. I see one of the nurses eyeing me in an increasingly strange way, which I do not like. He seems friendly with the George boy, specimen 7, which I also do not like. There's no business fraternizing with the specimens. They are not people to have conversations with. They are not for our social benefit. They are here for our scientific benefit. If she continues to view me with strange eyes, then I shall be forced to take action again. Becoming very annoyed. My thoughts are running into each other, creating a stream of muddled half-theories. Things cannot continue this way. I have lost 2 more specimens this week already. Work is suffering terribly. Nothing is going right. Everything is going wrong. Finding out nothing. Why is this? What have I done to deserve this? Am I not committed enough? Am I not passionate enough? Are my motivations not honorable enough? Well, losing my mind with the stress and worry. I need results, and I'm beginning to think I shall not find them. Not positively, anyway. I have plenty of negative results, but these results will not garner any awards, and certainly not or no praise from my peers in the scientific community. Being forced to lie to those in control, They want answers. Answers to questions I have not even been asked. How can I give them answers when I do not know them? Well, is there an answer? I've told them to be patient, but I am thinking I shall run out of time on this issue. I have found something today that will help me. Yes, it will help me. I don't know where it has come from. I found it in that quaint little bookshop down in the town. Here's a little parchment written in a language I do not understand completely. One of the words seems familiar to me, though. I think that it refers to a sort of living non-human. What could that be? An animal? The words are difficult to interpret without understanding the context. Not an animal now. I think it refers more to a being that is alive, but which is not human, is not of this world, so therefore not an animal. Yes, I've seen this word before. I remember now. It refers to a demon of some variety, a monster. I must contact my old friend Gregory. He's a language professor. He will know. Gregory has confirmed my initial thoughts on the parchment. It definitely relates to demons of some kind. I sent him a copy of the parchment. He is working to translate it as we speak. We have already done some more initial work, though, and have both agreed that the demons in question are of this world, but not of this world. So they're of it and not of it. We are in agreement that this means they are living inside a human host. For what reason we cannot say at this point, but it has got me thinking about my current work. An evil demon inside a human? A demon that could affect the will of the host? Sanity and evil go hand in hand. What if the actions of a malicious demon acting from within a human host could explain these insane actions perpetrated by the human? Yes, because the human would not be in control at all. So many pages. We're almost there. This episode's gonna go long. Gregory has translated the parchment. I cannot believe it. It is exactly as I thought. It refers to demons living inside a human. I am more than convinced that the key to unlocking the question of insanity will come from extracting one of these demons from one of our specimens. Process clearly marked in the parchment. Of course, as ever, there is always a problem. It seems I need some things I do not have. I have the afflicted specimens, of course, but I do not have the so-called hunters, or a demon that has infected the host that contains the demon. Or that contains the demon I wish to or a demon that has infected the host that contains the demon I wish to free. So you would need both? It does seem, though, that if I can find these things, which I am sure I can, that I can release a demon from one of my own from one of my specimens. Parchment gives the ritual necessary, so that is not an issue. Because I must cut out the hearts of 3 infected specimens and 3 hunters, and place them— oh! The doctor totally murdered everyone. Place them between the infector and the demon I am trying to release, and then recite the ritual. It also says that once the spell is cast, 3 specimens and the 3 hunters will return to life, but only if the demon is killed within an hour of it being released. And the only way to kill it is by fire. It's weak when released. It goes on to— oh, he didn't kill the demon, did he? Is that where I went wrong? It's weak when released. It goes on to say that this released demon will be under the control of whoever releases it, provided I make an immediate bond with it. This is almost like the mother-child bond. This demon is also very powerful. Think of what I could do with it. Not only will I have solved my insanity issue, I will have a demon at my disposal. Who could stop me then? Nobody. I shall be the one in control. I shall continue my work in these areas, as I now believe that is the key. The incantation is as follows. Call forth the power of the great dark ones. Beg of thee to bestow upon me the power of banishment, the power of resurrection. I ask thee to take these offerings of heart and soul, take back what was yours, and return what was ours. Words that I can't pronounce. Following symbols must also be used. Paint on the walls above the infector and the infected. Work on releasing the demon is underway, but I feel my staff are less than enthused about it. At least not as much as I. I have told them that this is the key. They do not seem to share this view. They're plotting against me. They want to take the project away from me. They want the glory to themselves. Well, they won't get it. I shall do everything in my power to make sense of that. My work continues. Alright, so I'm assuming he, like, totally summoned a demon and murdered everyone. That seems to be what occurred here. Also, we now know that demons can... Is this the ritual he used? I'm gonna save and call it here. It's been a lot of playing. But what have we figured out? We figured out that it's the source of the ritual. I'm guessing I know where it went wrong. Which is, I think he was supposed to kill that demon and then everything was gonna be okay. Or not, who knows. I guess some really awful stuff happened and he killed all the other demon hunters. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye!